Alright, welcome to what we're going to call Couch Talks, Couch Chats, let's go with some alliteration. Couch Chats with Johnny. I'm on my big orange couch, a little light behind us, some mood lighting, if you will. And we're going to talk here about games. We're going to talk here about some games, and some thoughts about them. Because, you know what? Couch Chats, brought to you by Gamers Who Think, specifically gamerswhothink.wordpress.com. It's the website where you can check out these videos as well as see them on YouTube. And go ahead and see the articles we write up there, the different thoughts we have on all the stuff floating around the industry right now. So, welcome to the very first one, Couch Chats. What we're going to do here, we're just going to discuss stuff, have a little fun. You get to hear me talk and rant for a little bit. It'll be a blast. Trust me, you'll dig it. It's good. So, the big discussion on everybody's mind right now, the PS4 versus the Xbox One. What are you going to do? Which one do you like? What would you prefer? What's going to succeed? What's not? Guys, that's a lot to talk about. That's more than we have time for this little video segment. So let's just narrow that down a little bit. Should you be excited about either one? The answer, simply, yeah, duh. It's a new console launch. Why wouldn't you be excited? This is great. The question is, which one do you think is right for you? See, they're both going in totally different directions. They're going in totally different areas. You've probably heard the phrase from a lot of different outlets that Sony is doubling down on gamers. Sony is here for games. The PS4, the PlayStation 4 is a game box that happens to do some other stuff too. We're not going to talk about it just right now. Whereas the Xbox One is a we do everything sort of box and sort of kind of do some games on the side. So, what do you think looks good? What do you think works for you? For me personally, I think they both look fantastic. I'll honestly probably lean towards the PlayStation 4 if you were to ask me right now. I'm a Sony guy. I always have been. I've always ended up getting my Sony systems before I got my Microsoft systems. I got my PlayStation 1 because there wasn't any competition. I got my PS2 before my Xbox, and I got my PlayStation 3 before I got my 360. That's not to say I haven't loved all of them. They're fantastic. They're a blast, and I guarantee you there's going to be some amazing experiences that are going to be on these new systems as well, worth playing, that they're only going to have. I love me some Halo 4. It's a blast on my 360. Can't play it on my PlayStation 3. But I still end up getting my PlayStation 3 first because, hey, Uncharted, that spoke to me. That was a game that I wanted to play. Heavy Rain was a game that I thought looked amazing, and it spoke to me. Games like Sound Shapes, these exclusives, that speaks to me. That might not speak to you. You might find a lot of stuff on the XBLA that was just amazing for you. Stuff like Braid, stuff like Bastion, a fantastic game. Those might have been the games that spoke to you. Maybe it's the system that all your friends had. The fact of the matter is, I have always gotten a Sony system. And so if you'd ask me right now, which one would I get? I'd get that. I'd get a PlayStation 4. But that's because their press conference spoke to me. They were saying, we're here for games. That's what you want, right? And my answer was, yes. That is exactly what I want. Give me more of that. The Xbox press conference was a different animal altogether. Interesting to say the least. Basically, they want the Xbox to be the all-in-one. See, Xbox One, see what they did there? Real smart, those guys. They know how to write. They want it to be the all-in-one box. They want you to have this thing. A lot of its functionality is tied to DVRs and cable boxes and being able to go between games and TV and the internet and all this stuff simultaneously. But the fact of the matter is, I don't use that stuff. Yes, I use the internet. Yes, I play games. I don't do TV anymore. I have Netflix. I have Hulu. I have iTunes. I have Amazon Video. All these things. I have that. That's how I get my entertainment. So this big functionality of the Xbox One, I'm never going to use. Not to say it's not cool. It is. Fast switching and snapping and all that crazy stuff, and having boxes within boxes, windows and windows, and 3 operating systems. That's cool stuff. I'm a fan of that. I like that. The Kinect 2.0 looks really cool. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not going to use that stuff. I'm not going to sign up for an extra cable bill just so I can use half the functionality of my system. But I don't think that was speaking to me. I think that was going to a more mainstream, more casual crowd. I have friends of mine whose dads play games, who have families still in the house. And the Xbox One, that presentation spoke to them. They're like, oh my god, I can just have my game box, my DVR box, all this stuff, all in one. This one thing that I can just run through my fantasy leagues and switch through all this crazy stuff, and I can stop a game midpoint here and just flip to SpongeBob for the kids, or vice versa, going back and forth. It spoke to them. That was a big deal. There's a lot of people who were talking about that. But the thing is, that didn't speak to me. It didn't speak to gamers, the classic sense of the word. We were left sort of with the disappointing taste in our mouths. But that's what E3 is for, according to Microsoft. That's what they're saying. That's what's going to be about. It's going to be E3's all about games. We're going to have so many exclusives there, so many new IPs. It's going to be a giant thing for them. They might sway me then. Who knows? I can't say. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch and see what happens. But at E3, they have to prove that they haven't abandoned gamers, because that, whether that was their denotation, if that was their exact meaning, what was felt, the connotation was that, yeah, we were left. They abandoned us. It does everything and sort of does games too. Whereas Sony came out swinging, saying, hey, we're here for the games, and it does other stuff, but we're a game system. It's a thing. So who knows how this is all going to turn out. I'm excited for both. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to see what's going to happen. But the fact of the matter is, Sony has a lot to prove coming into this, because the PlayStation 3 launch was such a crazy mess. Overpricing, saying you need to get 2 jobs just to afford the system, and people would be willing and wanting to do that. Sony came out and is correcting and course correcting all the stuff from the PlayStation 3 launch, and even taking some pages from Microsoft's playbook in some ways. Microsoft has to overcome the third console curse, which, if you believe in juju and voodoo, is a thing. And frankly, there's probably some truth to it in a matter of, arrogance and business modeling and things like that. But for, let's just leave it at magic for the time being. The third console curse. But more importantly, this first press conference left a really sour note, a sour taste in gamers' mouths. And frankly, they have a lot to prove coming into this, that, hey, we haven't abandoned that. And frankly, I don't think they have. But the fact of the matter is, that's what was felt. Feelings matter. That's what I've been told. Feelings matter. It's a thing, You don't want to hurt someone. And Microsoft hurt us a little bit, at least. Well, there's some people. I'm fine. I'm pretty callous. I don't have a cold, iced heart. It's no big deal. But Microsoft needs to come in and be like, guys, remember how much fun we used to have? How much you loved us? Loved Call of Duty on here. And FIFA and Madden and all your buddies on Xbox Live. You remember that? We still do that. And here's the really cool stuff we do as well. They need to come out, fist to swinging. I think this E3 is going to be fantastic. Sony and Microsoft are going to be duking out in a way they haven't done in years. And man, the industry needs that. We've been really sorely we've been way too at peace. Let's just be honest. Fanboyism can be a good thing. It's fun to watch. Don't take part in it. It's very childish and immature. But boy, is it fun to watch. And this is good. We need this jumpstart. So, when it's all said and done, we have 2 fantastic consoles duking it out here in a week or 2. And then for our wallets and our time and money in the fall and Christmas time, which one do you think is going to come out on top? Who knows? It's exciting. What do you think? Honestly, I'm a Sony guy. Like I said, I'm gonna lean towards the PlayStation for the time being, unless Microsoft really wows me and they have that potential, they have that possibility. They don't mess around. Microsoft has never messed around. All it's gonna take is Viva Pinata 2 and I'm there. Okay, maybe not. Maybe Viva Pinata 2 and a prequel to Perfect Dark Zero. That's a win. That's what's gonna get me over. I kid. Point being, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, which one are you leaning towards? The Xbox or the PlayStation? What do you think? Do you think one's going to come out on top? Do you think they're diverging so greatly that only one can win? Or do you think we can still have two winners in this multi-console society that we live in. Tell me what you think. We got comments right below. We'll have comments on gamerswhothink.wordpress.com. If you go to the Gamers Who Think Twitter, you can respond there. I'm Aaron_thoughts. Check me out. Seriously, swing by. Tell us your thoughts. Find us on Facebook, what have you. We're all around. Seriously, let us know what you're thinking. Let us know, what do you think you're leaning towards? If you had to put money down on one of the systems, what would it be? Mention why. Let us know. I'd love to read up on it. So, guys, it's been wonderful. Thank you for joining us for the first Couch Chat with Jonny. We'll get back to you soon. We'll have a new topic soon. And like I said, respond, please. Honestly, I love reading this stuff. I love interacting with everybody. So check us out. For real. You guys have a wonderful time. I'll definitely be seeing you guys later. Stay classy.